What's happening to Austin home values, and is it a good time to sell? In this market minute, I'm going to break down the latest stats and what that means for you as a homeowner. So the latest stats from the Austin Board of Realtors shows that our median home prices in Travis County went down a little bit again to about the 525 mark. Now this is down month over month, and what we're seeing here is a normal pattern of seasonality. Homes always go up in value when it's spring and summer months. They always start to dip down a little bit in the fall, especially as we head into holiday season. So what this means for you if you are pricing your home to sell right now, and when we go to look at comps of what sold recently, you cannot price yourself the same as a home that sold a few months ago. Let's say a neighbor sold the same house back in July and it was $1 million. You gotta look at the trends that prices have come down since July. So maybe your home is $950 or so, but definitely don't price it as you would have done back in the early spring and summer months. Now that doesn't mean it's a horrible time to buy though. Homes are still selling, and for most people, they're not just selling a home, they're going to sell and buy something else. So if your house is a little less when you sell it, if you're moving to the same area, you're also going to get a little less when you buy the home. So oftentimes we kind of look at it as an even trade. Like, I sold my home a little less than what it was in the spring, but I'm also getting a really good deal when I buy my next home because its price has also gone down. So it's really hard to time the market perfectly where you're gonna get a huge amount of money for your home and then somehow buy another home in the same area at a huge discount. Doesn't work that way. When your home's up, all the other homes are up as well. Now, if you don't need to sell right now and you're like, well, when is the best time to sell? Generally, March and April are the best times to list in Austin because, as you can see in these graphs, they usually look the same every year. That's when most buyers enter the market, and that's when we start seeing more competition, more buyers out there, and prices starting to inch upward. How long does it take to sell a house right now? Almost 2 months is the average right now across the Austin area. Now, some homes sell quicker. We've sold several this year where they got a great offer in the first 10 days or so. We've had other ones that have taken 2 to 3 months to sell. And what we're seeing is that usually in the higher end price points, when you're starting to get close to the $1 million and up range, those prices or those homes are taking a little bit longer. Homes that are more affordable, kind of middle income or lower income, are still moving pretty quickly if it's priced correctly. The interest rates are definitely making a big impact. So some things to consider is when you're negotiating an offer, it might be reasonable to offer the buyers some money at closing so they can buy their rates down. That often makes it a win-win because they just need to offset those higher rates instead of lowering your price down 10% or more. Just offer them their closing costs so they can buy their rate down. And that's worked for a lot of our sellers when we're trying to still get a good offer on the home. Some other things to keep in mind is just that you are not the only house for sale. No matter how spectacular your home is, we have a ton of inventory right now across Austin. We've actually had the highest levels of inventory than we've seen in the last 8 years. Buyers have a lot of choices right now, especially out in the suburb areas. There's tons of new construction. So some neighborhoods are even a little bit slower to sell if you're surrounded by new construction homes. As always, every single neighborhood, every single home is very different. So if you're curious about your home and what it could potentially sell for in this current market, contact us below and book an appointment. We can tell you more about your situation.